Good morning. So today I want to talk to you guys about the day one mentality. Now, this is just something that can, benefit you to get you out of a rut, but also to kind of keep you a little bit humble, because sometimes we can be on track with stuff and we get excited like, oh yeah, I'm making progress, I'm doing all these things. Sometimes we can get a little bit lazy and be like, oh, I can have a rest now, I can relax a little bit. And we don't want to fall into that mentality either because, taking it easier or resting or relaxing can actually throw you off track or, what am I trying to think of here? Help you lose that momentum because you get up in your head and you're like, oh, I can have a bit of a break. So this is why we want that day one mentality where literally every day is day one. And the good thing about this every day is day one is whether you did good yesterday or whether you did bad yesterday, it doesn't matter because today is a new day. You start again. You do your habits today, right? Where you stay on track with your food yesterday, great, but today's a new day. Did you fall off track with your food yesterday? Who cares? Today's a new day. And when we always start from day one, all we can do is do our best for today, which is good because all you're trying to do is put in your best effort to move forward. We're not expecting perfection. I'm not expecting you to do everything, change your whole life, but having this day one mentality does kind of help with that reset on your brain, so you're not stressing about thinking, I've fallen off track for the last 2 days, it's going to be adding up, my whole week's been wrong. You don't think about that. All you think is today's day one, I'm going to do what I need to do. And having that little bit of just a mindset shift can actually help move you forwards in the right direction and change that thought process, because a lot of people again get stuck in that rut where if they have had one bad day or 2 bad days, they think, oh, I might as well start again Monday. When it's like, no, Wednesday is day one, Thursday is day one, Friday is day one, Saturday and Sunday, they're both day one. Okay, and this is also helps us get back on track faster when we have that day one mentality. Because again, you can say, oh, I'll start again Monday, I'll start again, next week, and then you give yourself a week of just shit basically, when it's like, why did you do that to yourself when you could have just got back on track the next day? And it's because we think about those past actions and how, and I guess the accumulation of the week, and we think about the week and we're like, what's the point? When it's like, well, man, don't waste a week of your time. Just think about the next day, get back on track, get back into a better mindset, because what that's going to do is help you make less consistent failures and getting up in your head, and instead of being like, what, fuck it, it happened, I'm going to get back on track today, I'm going to keep moving forwards. And that's a big thing, right? Because a lot of people, again, they let their one day turn into just a week of shit days, and this is why people don't achieve their goals and they keep going backwards, because they let that mentality drive them in the wrong direction. Because positive momentum and negative momentum both work. You can have positive momentum, you're moving forward, you're like, yeah, I'm fucking killing it, I'm going to keep making progress, yeah, fantastic. But then you can also have negative momentum where you're like, oh, fuck, I've had a few shit days, and then you just feel shit. So if you try and change that day one mentality, and every day is day one, it will set you up on the right track for progress. And I know it's a bit of a hard thing to just change, but yeah, I'm going to do day one mentality today. Obviously, it doesn't happen overnight, but the more you do practice this day one mentality, the better it's going to be for you, okay? So how do we do this? We do not let our thoughts and actions from yesterday dictate what we're going to do today, okay? So even if you got heaps of steps yesterday, fucking awesome, you got heaps of steps. But guess what? You got to go and do your steps today. You don't go, oh, I'm going to do 6,000 less today because I did 6,000 more. You still show up and do it. You're like, oh, I created more of a calorie deficit yesterday, I can eat easier. No, you stay on your calorie deficit and you change this mentality, and that means every day you're showing up and doing the best you can for yourself, right? So it's just changing that mindset for the better. And it's a weird thing, I know. But having that day one mentality, and it's like, oh yeah, but what if I was doing really good, do I just treat every day as day one? Yeah, pretty much, because that way you don't get your ego in the mix too, which is what we do. And again, we don't want to self-sabotage, and sometimes getting ahead of ourselves, feeling good, feeling cocky, actually will send us backwards, right? So I hope that makes sense. Change that day one mentality. It will benefit you, I'm telling you that right now. So give it a go, and if you guys have any questions, as always, hit me up on Instagram at tysonthetrainerr with 2 R's, and I'll speak to you guys next time.